Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
How's it going?
It's going
Oh, we know.
good.
cool.
I didn't ask Costas this, or I suppose.
I'm the only human here. I see on the stream.
Debatable.
Do you not have any comments?
Well, a capybara and a cat can talk. I'm very debatable with a human.
Do you like my face?
Yeah, you should have had a gift too.
You didn't have time. I could still try.
Should
and
have had
find
like a kitty licking like the camera or something. Yeah, I'm good. We've been streaming the Monkey Island, which is fun.
Yeah, I haven't been watching because I don't want to
Yeah.
spoil myself.
Yeah.
Do you plan to play?
Eventually, yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen any spoilers yet, but everyone's like seems super happy with the ending. So hopefully they answer what the secret of Monkey Island is.
Oh my god, it has an ending. What a spoiler!
I don't know if yeah. It has an ending that doesn't suck like the second game.
You saying it does, or you don't know if it does?
Would you like to rephrase the question? Adding things to it?
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Don't worry. I can't find a cat licking the screen. I can find a cow.
That's enough. 3 letters. C is the first one.
I don't want to be a cow.
Tomorrow I'm gonna get my photos for the passport that I need to
Good job.
get to, and on Monday I'm gonna go for the passport process, which
Good
should
job.
take hopefully 2 weeks.
Hopefully, you'll get that in time for.
Yeah, that's my estimation is in time that I get it. But yeah, at least I get a hotel and a plane ticket, and a ticket to Adventure X. So that's nice so far.
Yeah.
All I need is to leave the country. Now I realize this fire should be. Yeah, I have this idea for this puzzle, which I'm not exactly sure, that you can like walk back to the stream, fill it up with some water, and throw it here in this fire so you can proceed. Maybe I don't want to like go back and forth twice, even though I like it a lot.
I mean, it's kind of cool to reuse.
It is cool to reuse, but it's not cool to like walk back and forth multiple times.
No. Be a bit annoying.
Unless you find the bucket and then you need to fill a hole in the bottom or some shit like that, and that's the puzzle.
You can't repair the bucket again. Oh no, the bucket wasn't broken.
Yeah, it was a jug.
But you should also like
My
not be able to fill something up with water until you need to, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, but maybe the bucket is not even available, so it doesn't matter. Like you don't already have a bucket from a previous puzzle. How are you doing, Matt? How is the new hiking plan going?
Well, I didn't get to go to the Lake District in the end due to some car issues. In that we didn't have one.
Didn't have a car to walk around the path. To get to the path, I'm getting.
Well, to get to the Lake District, I guess.
Yeah, so I just did some walks around where my brother lives. Well, you probably saw them on Instagram. Like the Cotswold Way. It's really nice, like walking down into Bath.
Really nice.
It's quite hilly. It's like a different challenge. Since I'm so used to flat distance, there was a nice amount of up and down, which I was expecting for the Lake District, obviously. But
yeah.
I'm used to flat too because I stay in a flat.
Womp womp.
How are you, Deluxe Tux?
Oh, what is this prettiness Matt's drawing? Oh, holy shit! I didn't see it zoomed out the last time, so.
Wait, I mean, I did some work on it this morning.
Ooh! Oh, really? Wow, that's really fucking cool.
Super duper pretty.
Like super moody.
Super. It's super
Super,
this and
super.
super that.
Super duper.
Super moody.
Super duper.
Lights are gonna blind me.
Oh my god.
But they want to say, oh yeah, the banner's gonna be added later.
Yeah, it's gonna be like here.
We have the time again.
Oh yeah, the chime.
Before, but I guess it could be in the same
I mean,
shade
yeah,
or whatever.
you can just recolor, like, darken
That's
it.
the only reason we added the time actually, is to be part of a puzzle later. But it's nice now to see everything coming together.
What's this? I live near a railroad.
Oh, that sounds
converted.
nice.
Wow. Maryland to Pennsylvania.
Nice. My bike kind of actually the brakes don't work, so I'm waiting for replacement stuff to put on the brakes, because they've been like, they almost melted like that. So I was driving the other day and I was pressing the brakes and the bike was taking 10 seconds to brake, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking die here. It's like I'm in an intersection and it doesn't want to brake.
Mm.
It's a little bit annoying because I have to move everywhere with that bike and it's taking ages.
Rotating pixels.
Yes, Sarah's favorite.
No, I literally rotated it because no, it doesn't work. Kind of works. It'll work. I don't care. It'll do.
Sarah,
Yes.
do you know what's coming out next Wednesday?
No.
The game that's not called Incantamentum anymore.
Oh no, what is it called?
Sparrow.
Oh, when is it coming out?
Next Wednesday.
But I want to play
It
it.
actually looks genuinely creepy. Like, I think it might be, like, it's a lot of potential to be the first actual horror point and click.
I'm
But
gonna
if-
save it for sort of spooky October, I think.
Yeah, it'd be good. But I feel like I want to play it now, but we can't because we need to finish Monkey Island.
You feel like you want to play it now?
Well,
Actually-
I feel like what's the word? Betraying in a sense for not supporting.
What do
But
you mean?
because
I
feel
mean,
like,
we're gonna buy it and we're gonna play it before we see those guys too. And October is perfect because
yeah, I
that's when
know
Halloween
it's just
is.
good to. I mean, I'll buy it straight away, but like, it's good to
Sparrow.
review it and all that early. But yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna finish Monkey Island soon.
Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah,
It's gonna be what, another 2 playthroughs max?
I
People saying like 9 hours or something.
I saw someone say like 14 hours.
I
but
was
maybe
gonna
they took
say,
it
like,
super leisurely.
I feel like it's gonna be longer than 2 playthroughs, but maybe not. Well, we'll just see how it
We're
goes.
in like chapter 2 now, Matt.
I don't know how many
mean,
chapters there are.
Generally speaking of how long chapters are in this game. Actually, in Curse of Monkey Island chapter 2,
Oops.
yeah, they have the same jingle. And I think like in Monkey Island, in the Curse of Monkey Island, chapter 1 was tiny though.
In the first one, it's like literally the 3. It's like before the 3 challenge, like
Yeah,
going to some bar and stuff.
Yeah, the first one is big. Like in Curse of Monkey Island, the first one is like being on the boat, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love the last door. I haven't played those other ones, but I love the last door.
Last one is good. The cat lady.
I'd recommend playing. I mean, I think I mentioned this before, but the 5 Days a Stranger, etc., they're quite creepy.
So listen,
The
is that horror? That was like ages ago.
Yeah,
8 years ago.
It's Yahtzee.
Yeah,
Ben
the
Crusher, maybe.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
so
I'd like to play. Oh my god,
Right.
I thought that was some like
Sexist.
horror noise.
Yeah, that sounded really like sinister. Like a sort of Hammer horror.
That was hilarious.
Spooky. You should like sample that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called the Soul Mythos, and it's like 4
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. I do want to play them.
They're good fun. Well, not good fun, but you know what I mean. They're scary. But there's a nice sort of complete story.
Yeah.
Also like Sanitarium and Have No Mouth. I Scream.
I have no mouth. It's good. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, they're pretty old, but kind of like super spooky.
Yeah.
I Have No Mouth was so annoying at the end.
It's unplayable at the end.
But it was good otherwise.
We had no mouth, but
We had
we
your
almost screamed.
game.
Is it But I Must Scream or Yet I Must Scream?
I have no
And I
mouth.
Must Scream?
I have no
But-
mouth and I must scream.
And, okay.
I think. Maybe it's but.
I can use Google. I have no mouth. And I'm a scream, yeah.
Okay.
That's a book though. I don't know if this game.
It was
It's
probably
a
the
short story,
same.
yeah.
Yeah.
I have
I
no
assume it's the
mouth.
same.
Actually, it's a short story.
Scream. Oh.
You're a short story.
Good one.
What?
I said you're a short story. Which is apparently funny. So,
It's
The
hilarious.
desires of the world.
Why? Why?
why, indeed.
Like on your streams
Tell
on
me why.
Discord, the like unmute button options is always there. Has it always been like that?
Yeah. I'm not privy to the whims of Discord. Silliness.
Oh, I don't know. It's not that much of a problem.
It's the whole world of Discord. There's also Alpha Polaris, which is a fun horror set in an Arctic research center. It's free on Steam. Oh, nice. Quite decent quality for a free game.
Polaris.
Sounds like the thing.
Sorry, I know what we should do. We should play. Yeah, it sounds exactly like a thing. So we should play a few free games, right? So let's see if Alpha Polaris sucks or not.
You could call it Free Key Friday.
Why are we giving free keys of those games? I guess they are. It looks interesting.
It looks alright.
I mean, the character portraits are shit, I was going to say, but the rest is not too bad.
Wow, brutal. Damning.
I wouldn't pay anything for this game. Oh, wait. It's 2015. So we can play that. We can play Four Travelers, which is horror.
Yeah.
What's Four Travelers?
Which we haven't. Again, Sarah's question every single time.
If on a winter's night, you forgot to say
Yes.
Four Travelers.
That, and we can play that Psycho Hitchcock's game came out. I mean, that's horror too, right?
Yeah.
This happens that every one of them are kind of horror.
Every time you say it, it sounds like you're saying hoary.
Yeah. Like,
Horror, yeah, very horror.
problematic.
It's for your ears is problematic. So, what's in
when are you wanting to play these games, though?
the Halloween times?
So it'll have to either be before Halloween or after Adventure X, because I'm not going to be around.
Before Halloween is 4 weeks, right? When are you not going to be around?
Literally right before Halloween. So like, where are we?
Oh, right, the week before. Yeah, I wouldn't be around either.
No, not the week before. Like the 28th of October.
Yeah, I also got stuff to do.
So, huh?
Just now that you mentioned it.
28th of October, and then until after Adventure X.
You guys notice how I'm the most human in this Discord? Well, not Discord, Twitch,
really?
I guess, but our Discord.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, you're a cat, and that's
Wait, no, I don't know what you mean.
Oh, maybe I should make a spooky capybara next month.
Oh.
A little different, like a little mask on him or something.
You know, we can make a spooky Amazon.
What could I do to make it spooky?
James Dearden, before Technobabylon, made that one game, Nancy the Happy Whore,
No humans in
and
here.
the Perfidious Petrol Station. It's not easy to find these days. The humans here, they're going to be humans in a second.
I mean, yeah. Everyone's made some strange games in the past. For me.
But speaking of Techno Babylon, I haven't played that either.
Yeah, same. If I should remove all this other stuff from the background, or should I keep it there? Like this stuff.
Costos?
Well, specifically the stuff on the floor, not the.
Yeah.
Matt said something I didn't hear. What is it, Matt?
I was wondering if I should remove all this extra detail from this scene, or should I leave it consistent with the previous one?
Oh, you can remove it. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
If it's removable, that's even better. Because I didn't know if it was a different layer.
I mean, look, yeah, most of it. Well,
I mean, yeah, just add remnants of an invasion, basically. So
but I could add some like broken stuff a bit around.
for some reason, I assumed that everything was baked. It's gonna be baked from the fire.
Baking. No, I did draw some other stuff on layer.
Am I a dog? No one knows this question. So in Greenwich, where are all my Nando's and Five Guys, please?
It's just Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Nando's. Fucking not going to a Nando's.
Why are you making me into a dog every 5 seconds?
Because you keep going on about how you're the only human.
Is that what you're going to be doing?
There is a Nando's in right next to the venue.
Oh no!
Seriously? Okay. Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's the best venue ever.
You're
so-
spending your whole day. there.
Finally, a good venue for everyone.
And the nearest Five Guys is at the Millennium Dome, or whatever it's called now, the O2 Arena, which isn't far away, but
Surely the nearest Five Guys is at the convention because there's going to be at least that many.
at least Five Guys. Yeah.
Now the fire's out of the way. That's a very nice line art animation I've done, but I have to do one more, so I might as well start that and then flesh this out. Sorry, I don't envy you for... You know, this is taking me 40 months to complete these animations here, right?
I'm not looking forward to it.
I think it's gonna be easier for you though, because you don't have to keep track of like the whip and the sealed and the barbarian and the hair. So like it's a lot of different stuff that. That's why I'm doing it one by one, because I have to like finish one and then go to the other.
You haven't been numbering, have you?
It's definitely not the numbers. I don't even know if my frames look the same. Like which ones? Because some of them like repeat themselves, but then there's a lot of in-betweens. So you'll have to do a lot of
That's normally what it takes.
discarding. Like you have to do a lot of copy pasting.
If I realize, otherwise I'm going to be drawing.
Yeah, please realize, because I wasn't able to realize when I was doing it myself.
Oh, so you've drawn the
Sometimes I
same
redrew
frame.
them, but they were sometimes.
Yeah, okay. But it
Because
can just be copy pasted.
A lot of them are like, it's like indicate struggle. So if you do like two versions of this, is fine.
As in,
so there's a lot of them are like 2 frames for struggle,
kind of
and then there's like in between. It's not boiling. Boiling is exactly the same frame.
Oh, it's not.
This is like trying to like grapple with a whip. So
How
it's
is
like
boiling
it's
exact-
very violent back and forth. Well,
Why is the
see, like
Amazon
this.
tightroping?
We didn't say tightroping.
Yeah, she's tightroping.
Oh, right. Because I need some fucking reference for you, so it's not a giant. Although some of them are. But...
No, I forgot about that. You did things the wrong size.
I think it's only her head that's kind of huge, so...
Wait, whose head?
Amazon's.
Yeah,
So
no,
I
it's
think you're
okay
gonna
to.
realize.
I can work it out. It's not
But the
like I'm-
body's usually fine, yeah. Usually. Mostly. Now at night.
Mostly. Ah! Maybe I should try.
Mostly.
I think I'm going to try and watch loads of horror films in October.
Yeah, that's my plan too.
Ooh, the new thingy is
do you
coming
wanna-
out. Midnight
would you like-
something.
Would you like to watch some together? We could do some film nights. If that is
Possibly. I've
possible.
never done this online, but yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, if it's something, yeah, I mean, you just sort of vaguely sync up, like just go 3, 2, 1, go, and it
There
works
is
pretty well.
like if you use Netflix, there's Netflix Party.
Yeah, there's that sort of thing,
I don't know what else there is, but yeah.
depending on where you've got the film. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if
But yeah, I
anyone is
used to do that
interested-
with a friend. We'd both watch it, and we'd be like, "I'm at this time. I'm at this time," and then like when you like synced up, then you just press play.
It works. It works pretty well. I like watch
Yeah.
TV with friends most, not most nights. But
Oh, I haven't seen Friends for ages on TV.
no, we're watching Red Dwarf at the moment.
Oh, Red
Old
Dwarf.
school. It's
It's
I
cold
think
outside.
amazing how much like influence it's had over things, because you sort of see story elements and jokes that are like very similar to ones that you see now. And you're like, oh, okay, and sort of some stylistic choices. You're like, going, huh, that looks familiar.
Yeah, I like Red Dwarf. Did you ever watch Red Dwarf, Costas?
Oh, it's a sci-fi thing, right?
Like a sci-fi comedy. It's more
British.
comedy than sci-fi. Yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
But you haven't seen it.
I'm not.
No.
Oh, you
I'm
should.
not necessarily sure if I would recommend.
I
Oh my God, I like
recommend
it.
it. Try it.
That's no, you're not telling me much about it other than try it, so I'm not intrigued yet.
It's just a story about a bunch of idiots that get left, or through happenstance, get left on a big mining spaceship, and just all
Okay.
the dumb things that they get up to.
Does it have any budget, or is it just like super cheap?
It's really, really low budget.
That's what I.
Yeah,
Or
but
it started.
doesn't-
sort of got-
It started. I mean, it doesn't mean it's bad.
I don't think it
It
looks
started
bad.
really low. No, it looks good. The sets are pretty surprisingly good, and the model of the Red Dwarf ship is really nice for the time. Although you do notice some of them reusing like stock footage from various things. I know. I saw the one I was watching last night. They were using stock footage from like a Japanese monster movie. I recognized it. I was like, oh, that's tragic. I don't remember it. If you remember the one where they end up on like some wax museum planet, it's kind of like it riffs on Westworld a lot, and it's just very peculiar.
Westworld must have been out by then.
Yeah.
The old movie.
The movie where it was taking a lot of ideas from it, kind of. And there's like there is an episode which is just basically Alien.
Okay.
But yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No, I was gonna ask a question, but I've answered the question. I've realized what this
What was the question and
What
the
is
answer?
the barbarian slipping on? And the answer is berry juice. Yeah.
Very nice.
Nice quiz night, Sarah.
Here's a question actually. I don't know. Therefore, everyone loses. Oh, I want to go to some quiz nights.
You know I mean that's not a spoiler about the new Monkey Island, but it has some sort of like you gather around the game like random cards that have like questions from the game.
Okay.
And multiple like question game, but like for fans or people who observe.
Mm.
So it kind of felt like a quiz. And we were talking how Adventure X does that. It's like,
I mean, I'm not knowledgeable enough about adventure games to be good at those
it
kinds of
depends
quizzes.
on adventure game, because every time I feel like shit at Adventure, I don't feel like shit, but I'm like, whatever, fuck this game, because it's like super obscure Sierra games I don't really care about. And then it's like something like Curse of Monkey Island, and I'm like, I know exactly what to say. It's like I'm the niche of the niche.
I think I need to sort of almost reignite my passions for these narrative games. Kind of fallen out with them a little bit, just because.
I mean, you can start with a bunch of those that are going to be exhibited.
Yeah.
Some of them
But
are
I think,
out.
I think it literally might be because Adventure X hasn't been on for 3 years, and I've
Yeah.
just gone.
Really?
It's just like completely demotivated me from making or trying
Well,
to
I
make.
mean, if it wasn't for me and Sarah playing, I wouldn't probably be. I'm not playing any adventure games by myself.
Mm. Would like to play more though, but yeah, just got so much to do. I don't even play that many games full stop at the moment.
Yeah, kind of the same. Like I have a few, and I'm like, I should play that, and then I forget.
I'm playing. I took this opportunity of good internet to download loads of games.
You should use the opportunity of bad internet to play your downloaded games then.
I will do when I'm back.
When you're back to it, yeah.
I will. Costas, your stream has been paused for a while. Are you slacking?
No, it's like still it doesn't say screen paused.
It was screen paused.
That's such a lie.
It said literally screen paused.
Such a big lie.
You're such a big liability.
I think you're gonna tell me I'm not a human.
You're a what?
Next thing you're gonna tell me is I'm not a human anymore.
Yep. Exactly what you said. Not a human anymore.
Okay, so she grabs a shield. As on little frames as possible. Matt, like the next thing to do, like art-wise, I would say there are a couple of options. There's the T-Rex run, the action scene.
Yeah.
It's still in this chapter, but I remember you've already done most of it or something. Actually, I know you did. You did a lot of layers for the beginning, like the jungle at the first part.
The one where you're jumping over the cliffs and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. But I'm saying
Yeah.
that you already did layers for the intro of the game with a little girl. So because this is essentially kind of the same background, but in daylight. Yeah. So we can translate all those layers you already done for the and make them nighttime and have them parallaxing, right?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, for the intro bit, yeah.
Yeah, these layers on the intro bit, we can put them in. Sorry, does Ash actually know about those layers?
Does he know about the layers? Does he know they exist?
To incorporate them in the intro bit.
If he has them, but I don't know. To check.
Well, check only if it's done. Otherwise, why am I going to be taking it off?
Wait, what?
I guess he
Oh, that was a shitty joke. Okay.
Yes. So
was that a joke?
It was a shitty joke.
Yeah, it was an excellent joke.
Ignore it.
Okay, I guess barbarian animation.
Okay.
Walk. Okay. What?
I think he doesn't have the layers. He's just got the foreground and then the background.
For the action bits.
The intro, the ones you made, because we didn't have time to.
Okay, wait, sorry. Hold on. Do you want to rephrase the question, Costas?
It's two different. It's completely two completely different conversations, Sarah. Like I was talking to Matt about this, and
Yep. Ignore everything. Nothing's been said. Can you ask me the question that you wanted to ask me about? Does he know? Does Ashley know?
You remember that Matt did parallaxing layers for the intro of the game with a girl and the parents.
Are you talking about the daytime and nighttime?
I'm talking daytime mainly. I don't remember nighttime layers.
Thank you. Let me go and check that.
Yeah,
so I'm saying to Matt, because they're not nighttime layers, we can convert them to nighttime layers and like put them in the action sequence where they run barbarians in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
doesn't have the layers because they're not on the mega folder thingy majiggy. I can link the folder, but
Okay, I mean since we're doing the intro, might as well, right?
Yeah. If they exist, do they exist, Matt?
So
layer.
for the nighttime Parallax
Daytime,
layer.
daytime.
Daytime parallax layer.
Daytime. I've just
Let
linked the
me
folder. I hope it's the right one. The daytime intro.
let me have a look.
Uh,
I'm sure I
I
did
know
do
they
them at some
exist. I'm just not sure where they are. Yeah.
I'm sure I did them at some point, right?
I remember them in Drive actually.
Oh, if they're the correct ones on Drive, I can transfer them over.
Layers. Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I've got layers, and I've definitely done them.
Yeah, I remember.
I've got a folder called layers called background, distant 1, distant 2, foreground, and treetops.
Okay, so I'm guessing it's the same from March 2022. Is what this says. Are they correct?
Pretty Mars.
Either just pop them into that
Yeah,
mega
16th,
folder, or is that the same?
16th of March.
Yeah, I'll transfer them over.
Okay. Yeah.
The Idols of Mars.
Beware the Ides of March, Costas. Only if you're Julius Caesar, though, which I don't think you are. But who knows?
Joke here, but roots joke. No,
You're a
didn't work.
Julius. You're a Julius Caesar salad.
Oh dear. BRB. Wow. BRB.
Goodbye.
Be right, be.
Be right, B.
Rest in rip and peace.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so user trusted blue. It looks like there's a big chance I might be working on a TV series
Oh wow, cool.
as a director,
Cool.
but yeah, it hasn't been finalized yet. But looks like it's
That's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm like excited, but I have to find time to do everything. It's just getting stressed a little.
Is that like a Greek show or something else?
Yeah, it's like a Greek TV show. Like we have a budget for it, and they're looking for like an extra director because there's like shit tons of episodes. So
Cool.
it's gonna be me and another guy. And the interesting part is like it's not gonna be an episode each or something. It's gonna be like the same one. We're gonna be splitting it down or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty exciting. If it starts, it's gonna be the end of November.
Nice. Hope that goes well.
Yeah, let's see. But it's pretty cool.
What kind of TV show is it, or like just
It's
like
it's kind of like sort of historically based. It's gonna be in the 1950s in Athens, and they had this thing like back then where when there were like if there was like poor girls from like villages outside of Athens and stuff like that, and they needed a job or whatever, they had this thing legally where they could be sort of adopted into houses, and they would work as like sort of adopted daughters, but they wouldn't have to pay rent, but they would like work around the house and stuff like that, and in return the families would bring them up and pay for them, and they were usually like almost teenage girls.
That sounds super sketchy.
Yeah, but that was basically it became super sketchy, and they were abused, and kind of like Handmaid's Tale, but not exactly that brutal. So they're doing a story where it's like four girls who come from the same house, but they all get separated, going to different like assholes' houses, and that's the plot. But yeah, I read the first episode. It's actually pretty good. I was impressed because I was like, "Oh, what's this gonna be?" I'm not sure, and then I was like actually excited. It's a friend of mine who's working on this, like who told me we can work together, and he actually worked on Game of Thrones and the visual effects team.
Oh, nice.
But that's before it became sucky, like in season 5 or something. He was working there. He was like holding like green floating, like a green stick with like a ball for like a dragon for Tyrion to pet, or or for giants like in the army, stuff like that. I'm talking about a friend of mine who worked in Game of Thrones.
Oh wow!
What he was doing there.
I didn't know that.
haven't told you that? He was in the visual effects department, but
Yeah,
he worked
holding
in
a
like
stick, yeah.
the Battle of the Bastards and stuff like that. He was holding the giants.
Who is this?
It's a friend of mine who's the one who's doing that TV series now.
Okay. Right.
That's how because I was talking to Matt about the TV series thing. That might happen soon.
Never been playing music.
You haven't been playing music?
Not with it today.
So yeah, Matt, I was gonna say you can either do this background with the action. You can do the other action background with the tiny dinosaurs chasing the spaceman. If you remember, the one you've already like started programming anyway. Because that's, I mean, if you're into gigantic trees and green jungles, if you're in the mood for that. And then the other one, which I haven't I planned it, but I haven't made the document for you, is the underwater level.
Wouldn't mind doing some underwater stuff, but
yeah. You've already done like shit tons. Like I based everything, like the puzzles, all my stuff. I based them on the trailer shot you did, which was awesome. So it's basically like a really dark and murky lake, with like a Spinosaurus swimming in the background. Kind of like its outline though, mostly. And then there's a couple of. It's basically 4 screens. One of them is long. The other ones are like the aspect ratio of the normal screen. One of them is like long as in like it slides. And then 2 of them are underwater caves, basically. There's like an underwater path to go from one place to the other. And it features a lot of jellyfish in them. We should have some cool lights there and stuff. So it's basically like everything is super dark, and there's only jellyfish that like illuminate.
you could probably do some cool stuff with Unreal with that.
Yeah, I really
hope
want to
so,
play
yeah.
around and see what can be done.
Also want to have a stab at the map at some point. Get a sort of rough
Excited for
idea
What?
Map.
for the sort of map if we do that. I don't know.
Oh, the map.
Yeah, the map.
Yeah.
Since you were talking like figuratively, like the map of the game. What are our plans?
Oh no, the actual map. Progress map or whatnot. I don't know how you're going to do the save system in Unreal, but I'm sure you've got an idea.
You are sure? I'm not.
No.
I'm not sure. Unreal has nothing to do with me. I've been thinking of writing some small adventure games again. Getting back to some things that I like to do.
I mean, there's next jam is May now, right?
Well, I'm not going to do it for jam, so I'm just going to set my
Okay.
own schedule. Potentially. I do like these short things set around my map world. Little. And like the map gives context as to where things are going on, so I really need to finish the map fully before I release the games. But I can still work on the games while I'm doing it. I just want to have like lots of little stories about mythologies and folk tales that aren't necessarily like long, or they have various lengths. But...
And you've already done like shit tons of work on the map, so that's why
I've done
it's
a
better
lot.
than a jam because you can use
done
that.
done a lot of writing as well. Nothing finished yet.
Oh, so it's not in Finland? Nothing finished yet on this map?
It's going to be kind of based on hybrid mythology, a bit of British and European. I like some like Japanese mythologies about the yokai and stuff. I want to sort of riff on that a bit without stealing it necessarily.
Single game and stuff, still mythology, so I don't think it's a problem.
Oh yeah, it's fine, but I don't want to insult mythologies or like culture.
I am gonna do my very first craft fair.
Oh, really?
Yeah, scary.
Is that fair?
So I've been like putting off contacting them about it for a while. I saw a sign about it up on like the town hall, the nearest town hall, so it's not, yeah. Village hall maybe, it's not even a town. And I didn't realize it was for October, so I was trying to find out about it. So I found their Facebook group for the village, of like it's the village but like crafters and makers or something like that. So I added myself to the group because I had to be accepted to go in the group, and then I didn't write anything in there, and I was just like too shy to. And then they said they were gonna have their first like physical meetup at the local pub. So I was like, yeah, I'll come. And then when it came to it, it was yesterday. I really didn't want to go. I felt so anxious, but I forced myself to go. When I was packing, like, I sorted myself out to go, I found my bank card and like put it in my pocket, but couldn't find my ID. I was like, I don't get asked for ID anymore, but when I don't have my ID, I get asked for ID.
Yeah.
So anyway, so thankfully, basically when I got there, I was too scared to get a drink, so I didn't get a drink. And thankfully I didn't, because when I got home, I realized it was my ID in my pocket and not my bank card. I blindly put it in there, like didn't look at it. Anyway, so that would have been embarrassing. But yeah, it was just, luckily it's a small pub, so like the first sort of room that you come into, it looks like it was just locals, and then there was like another room off of that with tables, and there was like one table where there was a group of women. That's it, like about four or five. So I knew that must have been them. So I just walked in, and then I was like, and they looked up at me, and I was like, "Are you?" And they just looked at me, and then the one woman went, "Craft," and I was like, "Yes." The St. Giles Craft like people or whatever.
No, Sarah, you
it's
said.
so awkward, but they were really nice and friendly.
That's good.
After that, and then they mentioned the craft fair, and I was like, "Yeah, I kind of wanted to." And then they said that the social committee were having a meeting across the road in the hall, and they were going to come join us afterwards. So they came, and then they pointed out they wanted to do the craft fair, and they're like, "Oh, should I take your name down?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Just need your name and a pint of blood." But yeah, and now
And they were like, no, really?
yeah, yeah, I can't back out of it now. Yeah, so I just realized there's so much that I haven't thought about. Like, I need a float.
Excuse me?
Money, so it floats
Cash,
like
like
change.
coins and change, yeah.
I have a card reader. I don't know if I've set it up properly, so I need to make sure that's fine. I need to think about the display. There's also apparently you have to bring, so you pay for the table, it's like £10 for the table, and you also have to bring a raffle prize, which is like normally one of your crafts, but like, so I might just do like a pack of cards. I don't know if that's like greetings cards are fine. I don't know if that's enough.
Like,
I hope it is, because I don't really
why
want to
wouldn't
do
it
one
be?
of my clay things, because the price that I sell them for isn't even really worth the amount of time. It is just, but like, it spends too long. It spends too long? I spent it in the... spend too much time on it for that.
Words?
Like, I don't really want to part with it.
I believe you were meant to say words.
Yeah.
I think a pack of cards is fine.
I think so. I think it's fine. Yeah.
Or a pack of wolves. I don't know what's.
Yeah, so I have to think of stuff that I can display it on, and what to put the prices on. Maybe packaging. It's the 8th of October. It's not that far away.
That's not too long. But you
Oh,
got time.
exactly. It's like 2 weeks. Oh my god.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be fine, Sarah. I think the time is.
Thank you.
I joined. So you know of Meetup, the sort of. It's
Yeah.
Like a, like, yeah. I joined a couple of walking groups, and I
Oh, nice.
decided to go on one on Saturday. So like first time meeting these people.
Because you
Is
just
this-
don't talk the talk.
The Saturday coming.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you excited? Are you nervous?
I'm
How do
looking
you feel
forward to
about
it.
stuff
But
like
a bit
that? Yeah.
I mean, I'm nervous. I mean, I will be nervous. I mean, you know, meeting new people, you don't know what they're going to be like,
No.
sort of. But it's kind of like a 20s, 30s group, so hopefully
Oh,
they'll be
okay.
like relatively young, and
Yeah.
The time machine?
because I realised, like, I mean, obviously I walk on my own a lot, and then I realised like I could combine it with actually talking to people. So
Yeah,
you've
no,
got to
I
get
felt
up
like
early on
walking
Saturday.
alone would be the best part of walking for me.
I mean, I do like walking on my own, but it would be nice to actually like socialise a bit.
Yeah. Be good to meet new people.
Yeah.
Similar interests.
Hopefully.
Like walking.
the social worker who came to see Laurie's gran had a tattoo on his arm, and they asked him if it was Elvish because it looked like Elvish, and he was like, "Oh yeah, good spotting." He had like
I'm a fan of Elvis Presley. Hey, Francisco, sir.
Hello.
Hi, Francisco.
What is up?
He likes Nando's as well. He's excited about going.
Oh,
to
you do?
Nando's.
Oh, you found a Nando's, buddy.
I literally, like, my first question in this stream today was, where's the closest Nando's to Greenwich? And you'll be happy to know, Francisco, it's right next to the venue.
Greenwich.
Greenwich.
I mean, you should tell them how it's actually pronounced. It's actually pronounced Greenwich.
Greenwich.
Yeah.
The what is silent.
No, I'm joking.
The wedge is silent.
Yeah, it's not even like one of the E's is. No, it's not even green. It's Greenwich, right?
Gren, yeah.
Gren, which WITCH, pretty much.
Like sandwich.
No W. Wait, what? GRENITCH. Greenwich.
You must have heard of Greenwich Mean Time.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, but I never pronounce it. I've only heard of it.
Greenwich Mean Time. Well, now you know.
Sarah, Francisco likes your Burnham Fiddle avatar.
Ooh, thanks.
Bertram Fiddle.
Bertram Fiddle. Yeah, I did a new stream avatar finally. I mean, I started it ages ago. I just never finished it.
Oh.
I'm so confused with this.
What's your funny story about Greenwich? Leicester Square.
Fucking
Worcestershire.
To London once with a friend, and her friend asked someone on the tube to get to the Greenwich, and the guy said, "I think that's the Wizard of Oz."
Amazing.
I mean, there is actually a musical called Wicked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they could send them there in London.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even know how. What was it? I went to South Key. South Key, is that it? But I thought it was South Quay. I didn't know. Like, how are you meant to know that it's pronounced Key?
Equations.
It's spelled Quay.
Yeah. It's a stupid word, in fairness.
There's so many stupid words.
But there's like New Key and stuff like that, which is
Yeah.
About like that. New Quay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I went to any country, they would laugh at me for pronouncing.
Don't worry, man, I'll definitely laugh at you in mine.
Gyros pizza.
Gyros.
That's what causes
Pythagoras.
Pythagoras. American.
Isn't it like
Well, the thing is,
Heroes?
Heroes, yeah. I think the Americans are so confused how to pronounce it. You know, they realized that basically, in the US, they mostly have gyros. So like they have the Greek, gyros, but like in the rest of Europe, because they have mostly like Turkish doner. Because like the Turks never went to the US like in the way we immigrated. So that's kind of interesting that like the entire Europe knows like all the donors and everything, and that's the main thing. And then in the US they're like, oh, gyros, because that's what they have from this kind of like food.
Gyros.
So if you're trying to like explain to a British person or you're American that you're into gyros, it would be like, oh, you mean doner. So it's like kind of like different country food that's stuck there.
Yeah, I'm aware. I had a hero in America once.
Yeah, but they don't have donors there, I think.
It's just
it's not as popular as the rest of Europe.
Kind of like the same thing, though.
I know it's essentially the same, but it's also not, because it's like different kind of pita, different kind of like ingredients inside the pita. They like more spicy stuff in donors. I'm not saying it's not the same exactly, but it's kind of like it's kind of like comparing pizzas in a way, but they are
culturally distinct. But
yeah, exactly.
Like
doner kebabs are getting popular here now. Oh, they are?
Like a similar route. I can't eat doner kebabs anymore.
I can.
They're filthy.
I mean, that's my plan in London, and definitely an all-day breakfast. Francisco bought into the Nando's hype, but honestly wasn't that impressed by it. What? Ban?
Yeah. They're not impressive. That's why.
I had the exact opposite, where I went with a friend there, and my sister was like, "Oh, Nando's is not that good," and my friend like went with me. I was like, "What the fuck is your sister talking about? It's amazing." I was like, "Exactly." New York City, as they pronounce it, I'm sure.
New York what? Satay?
It's all about hot dogs.
Satay.
Satay chicken.
Well, not the chicken, the sauce.
The satay sauce, yeah, that peanut buttery or peanut.
They fucking love satay sauce in the Netherlands.
Oh really?
Yeah, they put it on everything. They put it on fries.
Oh wait, I think you told me about that. Yeah.
I mean, I never had it on.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't.
I've had like curry sauce on chips.
Curry sauce.
Yeah, but like why?
It's such an English thing, but it's weird.
It's quite a northern.
It is fucking weird. Like it's too heavy for them.
But I just like.
I don't need the shovel to like uncover my chips or whatever you guys call them.
I just mean it's weird how curry sauce is an English thing, where you think it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like it was the same like for Dutch people. It's like normalizing Indian food there because there's been so many. I didn't mean normalizing, more like making it almost like a national dish. Like the fucking Dutch have a thing called kapsalon, which is basically totally a foreign dish that they say we invented it because some idiot is like, it's kind of like Lord Sandwich was like, ooh, what if I take this bread and that bread and then I make a sandwich and I name it after me. Basically like did shit like that was like totally foreign kitchen food and it was like, that's mine now.
I might be right back again.
You might.
Bye.
Laurie's mum is here. I just wanna.
I've taken steak. Curry is amazing, which is why the whole world eats curry now. I agree, it's fucking amazing. I made some curry the other day.
I'm thinking about chicken satay now, and I realised I haven't had it for years.
Costas, how was your curry? You said you were gonna do it. I can't remember.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did Senya like it?
Did Senya?
No.
She didn't have any.
No, she didn't even try it.
Well, she came back when she came on the day I cooked it. She was full because she already had dinner, and then so I just like ate everything myself. I have a picture.
Right, BRB.
Bye.
Be right by.
Be right by always. Your side. COVID killed my chicken satay consumption. Oh, what? You have like long COVID tasteless stuff? Probably. That's why you don't like Nando's, because you lost your taste as well. Yeah, it doesn't look too appetizing, but that's my plate of food anyway.
Oh, if you
imagine being so egotistic, you think you invented the concept of a sandwich. Exactly. No, I just haven't been to a Thai restaurant. Yeah, this is my Matt. This is my chicken curry with onions and coconut milk. Oh, it's in chat with coconut milk and tomato sauce and stuff. Pretty decent.
That looks quite nice. Yeah.
And what was it? Korma, I think is curry I used.
Coconut. Or coconut.
Yeah, coconut, and I used a korma blend for like the spices.
Yeah.
It's actually decently spicy. I was surprised. I liked it. I didn't expect it to be spicy at all, but I love spicy stuff. But you're right, I've lost my taste. That's why I'm watching this stream. Hey, oh no, that's a mistake. Clearly, your eyesight is also affected. Because that's a very tasteful stream. Yeah, I think that's fine.
The insults. Gonna get him.
Oh, you fight like a cow. I had a great Thai restaurant I used to go to, which is the Lux Ducks, but the management changed and it's twice as expensive as nowhere near as good now. Bummer. I had an amazing Indian place next to my house in the Netherlands. I went there all the time. It's so good.
Eating out in England now is just getting more and more expensive.
Yeah, even here, like
after COVID, everywhere's put their prices up by like 30%.
They did that here too with like Subliki, which is like the fast food we have, and it's like expensive by €1 more. Really annoying.
Yeah, I went out to a restaurant on Sunday for like Sunday lunch, and it was absurd. It was like £25 for a roast dinner. It's mad.
I've been spending a lot lately on my cheat days. Like I ordered takeout 4 times in one day.
4 times in one day?
Yes. I was to my defense. I was my parents' place taking care of their pets on that day, so I was like I couldn't cook anything. But I was like I ordered like breakfast and then lunch, but it was like not all like big meals. It was like I was super surprised though, because when I order like in my house, it usually takes about 50 minutes for the delivery to come, and like over there it was like in 20 minutes. I was like, what the hell? Why is everyone so fast? I was expecting to like learn a new language in the meantime or something, or like finish the game, finish The Witcher. It takes that long. Laughs in your crisis, as Francisco. Yeah, I mean, you chose to live there. So what am I doing? Take out the whip. I think that's decent. And then walk cycle.
Yeah, boy.
I just did the conversion. £25 is $28. That's nuts. Once upon a time it was 50. Yeah, it's. I think is it the euro or the pound have fallen greatly? Both.
The pound has completely shit itself.
The pound too, but I remember like dollars and euros were exactly the same price-wise like a month ago, right?
I think so.
The euro was at parity with the dollar. Yeah.
It's just the pound is just completely dumped its load. I don't know. I don't understand economics and exchange rates.
So weak they had to start calling them ounces. It's pounding from the Lux. Hey guys, do you know any good talks at AdventureX that are worth it? Because I don't know anyone other than Dave Gilbert.
I mean, you just have to look at the subjects and go.
Yeah, I did, and I don't know anyone. And without researching, maybe you can say, "Ooh, that talk is nice." It seems like we're gonna have time now, as you said, like for me and Sad, that this time we're gonna have time to go to them because it's usually another one. It's like super relentless.
I'm quite interested in the AI writing one. I'm curious about how that could help you. I mean, I wouldn't want to use it to write a story, but I could use it to supplement ideas.
Could be.
Or, I don't know. But I'm wary about AI stuff because it's scary.
I mean, I use Midjourney a little bit, and I use it mainly for concept art, and I was really impressed with that.
I mean, yeah.
I guess it depends how you use it, right? Like I think most people are upset because people are like stealing art or whatever. But if you use it like privately or as concept art or as ways to like get something out of your head and not make money out of the backs of others, then
I think it's a grey area at the moment. But yeah, if you're using it for personal use, then fine. If it can give you an idea, but if you're using it to like replace concept artists, it's dangerous, I think.
Yeah, but I mean,
for like big
that's exactly what I said I'm going to be using it as, but
well,
replacing concept artists. But
I meant in terms of like big companies
Yeah, but like they don't look good enough yet to use like as final pieces. That's why I'm saying concept art is better.
But even like
because concept art is not meant to be seen by the public, right?
True enough.
Scheme the Adventure schedule, and none of the talks really grabbed my attention about Cats a Few. Yeah, that's my feeling too. Just have a place to sit in the meantime. Oh, you're right. Yeah, are you even gonna have the time to go? Fucking mosquitoes.
You can leave his stand unattended, I guess.
Yeah, sure, I wouldn't, but
you could have a lackey.
I left Sarah the other time. Did I go to a talk? I don't remember. I think I did. Are you gonna have a demo, Francisco, with like voice acting and stuff?
I thought you just
said
you
time. I thought you had time for voice acting, right?
Well, hasn't he just started doing the sessions?
Yeah, but he has a month and a half to include it.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, Yep. Still don't have any news on how publishers are going on our front. We know it's been shown to people at Gamescom and PAX. And people are interested, but nothing like concrete yet.
Well, keep it up.
It seems hopeful, but I don't know how long those things take. Oh, preparing voiceover for the Steam Next Fest. I don't know. That's like twice a year. I don't remember when it's now.
Isn't that like on the 3rd of October or something?
I think it's 10th? Twice every year, but I'm not sure.
I think it's the 3rd to the 10th of October, if I remember correctly. Should be interesting. So it's a great cast. So.
Yeah, holy shit, man. Like, I know you wanted to give a talk about how to get voice actors, but maybe you should have waited until you announced the cast to submit the talk, because you clearly know what you're talking about, but
that would have been
you couldn't reveal it. October the 3rd, nice. Oh, that's pretty... So what you're saying is, okay, now that I have the context of a date, that means that you're definitely going to have voice acting for Adventure X.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
With my quick maths.
That's like a month. Might have even more than the demo.
You know, Francisco, if anyone else is coming from the US to Adventure X? I know definitely Dave Gilbert, because he's always doing that.
Why didn't you
The
get?
first voiceover sessions include the old lady in the demo that Costas so wonderfully voiced.
Why didn't you get Costas to voice it? Just like simple.
Well, you don't have an old lady in your demo, do you? Oh. Actually, I didn't voice the old lady in our demo.
Maybe you played the. What?
Old ladies in our streams when we're playing a game.
Yeah.
With a cast like that, every voiceover session is like Christmas. Yeah, too true. Yeah, I know, Francis, come too expensive because, you know, I just am. There's no skill involved. I just put crazy high prices and see who bites. Did Sarah fall asleep? Did it say she was falling asleep before stream?
No, she's talking to someone.
You can see that from the cat picture there.
No, she said.
He said, she said. Classic situation like that.
We'll be right back.
Bye, everyone. Bye. I'm alone.
Goodbye, Costas, forever.
Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for the stream. Like and subscribe. And guys, don't forget to smash that notification button. Wait, what's the screen thing doing here? Okay. Don't forget to smash. Don't forget to smash. It's time to do another walk cycle from, you know, just winging it. No! No humans on the stream now. Now that you did that. Hey, they were. Yep. An animal farm. I was trying to put a gift there, but it didn't. Everyone's gone, only me. Only me remains. Has anyone played Monkey Island here yet? We've been playing. We played like 6 hours, I think. We're in chapter 2. It's pretty fun. I'm really having fun with it. I was super impressed how they acknowledged all Monkey Islands in like this intro recap thing. Like, I was sure they were gonna acknowledge 3 because Mary was in the trailer, but expected gold.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, back.
Hello.
Back. We have a Davor in the meantime.
Hi, Davor.
Yeah, everyone seems to be loving it. It's really nice so far because it has a nice. I'm talking about Monkey Island without spoilers. It has a really nice balance between nostalgia and new stuff. Yeah, we're also on chapter 2, so I can't spoil things for you right now. Oh, hi, Matt.
Wow, so capitalized. What am I? Oh yeah, I keep working on this.
Why am I keep working? Why do I keep working on this? What's your question? Why do I keep working on this?
I was gonna keep doing a little bit more on this one. I don't think it's worth starting a new one today, necessarily.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy I avoided spoilers too. Crazy, there seem to be some people who like finished the game like on release. Like, I've played for 10 hours and I completed it. A lot of people said they cried at the end, so I wonder what the fuck is going on with that. Is there like a giant onion boss? Text parser work coming along nice, says they were. I've decided to support only a verb and up to 2 object phrases.
Oh. Man, text
where are you working on?
He's working on his game, isn't he?
Yeah, but we played this game. I don't know what's his new game.
Oh. EGA girl stabbing the goblin. You should call it that. The red goblin.
Impressed with Dave's EGA game, the first part at least. The Book of Tolwinium. Like, it had a really cool story for like a GameStop game.
Yeah.
Being that short.
Have you played the second part?
I have not yet. We were planning to. But is it like finished enough? Because I thought you was gonna like finish it, but I think it's not.
I don't know.
Have you? So have you played it?
I played the first part. Not...
Oh, the second. So you haven't played the second part either. I was saying it looks a lot like tons like the Wheel of Time. And by the way, I'm still reading it, and I'm happy I stuck with it.
Whereabouts are you?
I finished the. Is it supposed to be the first book or the second? Because
the first book is
it
Eye
felt
of the
like
World.
a prequel. The first book.
Oh, did you read New Spring first?
Yeah, but like it felt like that wasn't the first book. I was like, did it come later?
That came later.
Because I was actually wondering that, but then I figured that because the TV series that I started watching starts from like what I thought was the second book, but it actually gave me a lot of background. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I read it first, because then I knew exactly what those characters were.
Yeah.
That appeared.
I've heard people say it like spoils too much, but I guess
it doesn't, because now I'm like on the second book, and when they talk about how do I not spoil stuff? Who cares? When they talk about the leader of the Aes Sedai, whatever,
Yeah.
I know who she is because I've read the previous book. Like,
okay. Yeah.
so like that's. I was a plot twist. It didn't ruin things for me because I was really excited to see this character back after 2 books.
I mean, yeah, I've not read.
I'm reading the. Well, okay, I'm reading the second book now.
As in the third book.
As in like the third book.
As in the Great Hunt.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. That's the quest.
Is that what it's called, the Great Hunt? I think so. Yeah. They're going after the Horn of Valir.
Yeah. That's the one I'm reading now.
I like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then it starts getting a bit, and it starts going on a bit. I mean, it's still good, but I really like one. I really like up to book 5, maybe 6. I can't remember now.
Well, don't worry, I'm gonna keep reading them.
Yeah,
they're fun. It took me a while, but then because that's why I meant like it was not holding me, but I was not reading the first book. I was reading and then that's why I said, like, after I finished reading the first book, where are all these characters I found out about? And then I found out, they're not the main characters. I had to read the second book.
I've not finished.
I mean, they were the main characters, but they weren't the main characters.
I'm just reading. Yeah, Deluxe Tux says he.
Never finished the series. Oh, okay.
I'm on. I think book 11 now.
Guys, they've been like reading that many books. It's like I didn't finish the series. It's like years of your life to read.
Well, I'm just using audio books.
Oh, you are. I'm reading before bed.
I think I could actually read it quicker than I'm listening to it, but well, obviously. But I think I'm on book 10 or 11. I'm just kind of going through the motions at the moment. But apparently it really picks up after like that. It's like the ending's really strong. And I don't know if that's because Brandon Sanderson like took over.
Oh, someone else took over? Because the author died?
Robert Jordan died, yeah. I mean, I think it's finished based on his notes rather than him just going, I'm going to finish this my way. But
he died selfishly.
And he picked Brandon Sanderson to write it, or to take over. Who is, as far as they can tell, an excellent author in his own right. But I've not read his stuff.
Sandwalk Cycle, if I ever saw one.
It really picks up.
Never read Sanderson before, but I read Elantris about 2 years back and loved it, says Deluxe Tux. But my point was that Talwinium felt like the first book of...
Yeah, I can see. Well, yeah. With all the different creatures.
It was like interesting because it was like the plot of the book, but what if those characters kind of like switched around a little bit? Like what if like Moraine died or something in the first book? That was kind of like the thing. So I like that twist, but yeah, it felt a little bit too. But then the setting that he used with like the ETA and all that, that's obviously the unique and fresh perspective. And I haven't seen the second game, so.
If you want to get a guy who's going to actually finish a fantasy series, Sanderson's a good.
Okay, well, let's give him Game of Thrones then.
Didn't Brandon Sanderson write something like 5 books over lockdown or something in secret.
Shit, what the fuck?
In secret, in addition to all the other stuff that he's doing. It's madman.
Is anyone watching House of the Dragon?
I'm quite surprised by it. It's pretty good.
It's really good, yeah, so far. Like, I'm really into it.
Probably because they have some good writers.
That, and also, like, the book that it's based on is finished, so they know where it's going.
Yeah.
Which is great. Unlike other stuff. But yeah, I love all the actors, the characters so far. It's really good.
Who wrote the Half-Blood Chronicles?
Like Fast Chronicles? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Is that what we're...
There seems to be, I don't know how common it is, but it sounds like a lot of fantasy writers never finish their stuff.
Yeah?
Their series is, but I don't know how common that is really. I've just had a lot of stories like that where people get too famous and then don't finish. Is it the King Killer Chronicles? I heard like you never wrote the 3rd book. I think it's that.
King Killer is the name of the wind, or?
Yeah, the name of the wind and all of that.
Yeah, I've been reading that, and when the fuck is he gonna write the 3rd book? Because it was like super like the other ones.
I've only read a synopsis of them. They sound quite...
Oh, you haven't read them?
No.
Sarah was like, read it, and then, well, to her defense, I read it after like 10 years of her telling me, and I was like, wow, these books are cool, and she was like, I don't remember anything. It's like, what the fuck? Like, you kept telling me to read it, and no, you don't want to talk about them.
King Killer 3 is never coming out.
Yeah, what the fuck? Bring them out.
You do it. You finish it.
No, thanks. Finish it when it's done.
I mean, I'm not that familiar with the King Killer stuff. I just heard about it from people complaining about it not being finished. Mm. But yeah, House of the Dragon's good. Been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it so far.
Have you watched any of the Rings of Power?
Not yet. I'm not in a rush to watch that.
I think I've got like so much to watch now, and there's the new Star Wars stuff as well now.
Yeah, that too, huh?
I'm just like,
and I'm still watching Marvel stuff, so.
I need to watch.
Only She-Hulk actually.
She-Hulk's good. New one today.
Yes.
But yeah, I need to watch the latest season of The Orville, which is apparently quite good.
It's good. Edge Runners. What's that?
I don't know that one. Was that Cyberpunk TV show? As in,
is that it?
Based on Cyberpunk 2077?
I thought it was called Cyberpunk. I mean, according to Netflix.
Maybe.
Or I played Cyberpunk right when it came out. I completed it like in a couple of weeks, and then I never bothered with it again.
I played it.
I'm happy with the arms, but I don't know what the fuck is going on with my legs here. They definitely move.
I think I'll just plan to watch loads of stuff over winter when I'm not walking.
Oh, you're gonna stop walking?
Just over winter. It gets too wet and unpredictable.
You can predict when you're gonna feel like.
I'm back.
Hello.
Oh, it's Sarah.
Hi, I was gone for a while.
What a nice surprise.
What have I missed? Wait, loads of stuff.
We were talking about
Hello, books.
fantasy books. And...
Oh.
Okay, now that Sarah's back, I will BRB. I didn't want to leave Matt alone. I just want to put something for mosquitoes here.
Could have done.
What the heck is going on your stream? Who's this like little anteater guy with ears?
It's a barbarian.
Oh,
Lady.
he looks like an anteater or something with little cute ears.
Too many open world games. Yeah, the last open world game I think I had the patience for was Witcher 3, and then I decided I can't spend that much time on a game ever again. Even though it was excellent. I bought Splatoon today. Or the other day. Splatoon 3.
Splatoon.
Like little squid dudes.
Splatoon. That rings a bell. Splatoon. Oh, Is it good? Have you not played it yet?
Good, I've not played it yet. I'm gonna play it tonight.
Nice.
With Rob, if he is.
Nice. Costas is back. Costas, are you back? Oh, hi, back. Hi, back. Hi, Davar. Sorry, I'm just like reading through all of chat.
Yeah, the combat in Witcher's not like super good, but I did quite like enjoying the scenery and the stories.
Are you talking about the book?
No, the game.
The game. Oh, the game.
Oh, Witcher 3 especially. I've not really played much of 1 or 2.
Right. What was I doing?
Yeah, David was there. Amazing. Freedom Planet 2. Don't know that one. Let's have a look. That is quite fun. Bit Sonic-esque, but with better combat. I wonder if that Sonic Frontiers game is going to be any good. Probably not.
Sonic Frontier. Sonic.
It's kind of like an open world.
Oh.
Kind of like Sonic, but like Breath of the Wild. Maybe.
That sounds so weird.
That's horrible.
Sounds amazing.
I was gonna be like Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is like calming and soothing, and the other was like gotta go fast.
I mean more
And
like lots of exploration. And... Breath of the Wild's not that calming in the combat stuff. It's kind of stressful. But
what's Sonic's combat gonna be?
Jumping on people, I guess.
Hey, what's religious Sonic's catchphrase? You gotta go fast.
Shocking. Shocking behaviour.
Why does this look so weird?
Maybe because of reasons, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's probably why.
Oh, hello, Nathan.
Hi.
Hey. Screen break turned to a 40-minute nap. That's an excellent screen break. Keeps happening this time. I blame my soothing tones of your voices. Oh, is that we are your screen break?
No, I can't do this.
The stream was boring enough to nap, see?
The money man is here.
The money
man. Yeah, I need help, but like it's really annoying when there's a stream delay.
You need really annoying help?
Oh no, it's just annoying. Like I don't know how you're gonna help me when there's stream delay.
I won't.
I need to draw the black armband on him, but whenever I draw it, I think I'm drawing it in completely the wrong place because it looks super weird.
Well, Matt is an expert at wrong layers.
There's no layers, what?
It's just...
What do you mean the wrong place? It's on his bicep, I guess? I mean, it can't change too much.
I don't know where his bicep is, I guess. Let me send you a screenshot.
Screen breaks are more of a computer chair breaks. Okay.
The one on the left is where I'm trying to draw it, where it's become pretty wrong.
I don't miss naps, even though I sort of do.
I don't tend to like naps because they make me feel more tired, but I feel so tired today that I tried to nap and I couldn't nap.
They just make me feel groggy, and then I don't sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly. The grogginess isn't great, but I feel groggy anyways.
Well, yeah, but that's because naps are supposed to be 20 minutes. If they're like 2 hours, then of course you're gonna be groggy.
Yeah.
The annoying thing though, I put it's a 20-minute timer on. Try to nap. I don't fall asleep.
What's your question, Sarah?
So the one on the right is the barbarian. The one on the left is the one I'm trying to draw, and the black stripe is in completely the wrong place. Can you just draw a line on it where it should be?
Well, it's where I mean, if we take the other one, if we take the right as a reference, then it feels like it starts where the elbow inside is.
Really?
The inside of the elbow is.
Oh, okay.
But then it goes kind of diagonally up to his shoulder.
Yeah, so it might be kind of
hidden. Outside.
Might be hidden quite a lot when he's like sitting down a bit.
Oh God! Oh, but that.
So it starts from the inside of the elbow and then it goes up to the shoulder diagonally.
I feel like this is not what you mean. Can you please just draw a line on it for me?
How am I gonna draw a line on
it? You take a screenshot, chuck it in paint. What, Devo? The anticubital. The anticubital. What is that?
I think it's time to have a divorce with. Something like that.
Okay. The antexubital is the region on your arm opposite your... Oh, okay. I like how you changed the spelling of it. Your elbow.
In the what?
Oh, I've always wanted to know what that's called. I always call it my inner elbow. Because I don't know what to call it.
Your inner elbow?
Yeah.
Sarah, why didn't you ask your inner elbow for advice? awaken your inner elbow. Use your inner elbow, look.
I mean, it still doesn't look great, but it looks way better.
Oh, way better is our motto.
It's our motto. Be right back.
Said Sarah and came back in 2 hours. And when the fear has gone past, I will use the inner elbow. It's past. Only the inner elbow will remain. If it's called elbow, what is it called outside of Spain?
Oh my god.
Bow, because that joke was excellent.
The bow.
The bow.
I think it'll be good. Get some subtle flickering light animation on this eventually.
Yes, please. That would be amazing. Definitely.
Maybe
Yeah,
on
definitely from
like
where the big light sources come.
like the rim lights a bit. And,
Yeah.
Just have a little bit of flickering, like in the cave with the.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with a torch.
With a torch. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Imperator? That's ex-goblin, right?
Hello.
Sarah went somewhere. Oh, I'm a dog now. The gang is all animals now. Gang has been transformed into animals. There's nothing we can do about this.
We're all become animals, yeah. How's the gang? I'm good. Can't say.
How's the game? I'm good. I don't know about the game.
It has a gang.
Oh. Used to be googling I'm an emperor. An imperator. Kind of sad Tiny's cat doesn't do VTuber stuff like Matt's Cappy. Yeah, I told her to have the cat sniffing the camera lens or licking it or something.
Yeah. Just get this thing that I use. A Video Tube Mini. It's quite cool. Yeah. Just do it like South Park style, where the whole head comes off.
That's only for Canadians.
True.
Do I need this frame? Let's see. When do you guys hope to release the game? In the future. It's tough because right now we are talking to publishers, and when we agree with the publisher, they're gonna be like, "Cool guys, here's some money to finish the game," and we're gonna be like, "Hey, cool." So Like, it's not that we're still working on the game, but we're going to be working way faster when we can, not have to do other jobs at the same time. Could use one of those creepy AI programmers to animate it. The thingy. You guys will finish the game by Christmas, I assume. Yeah, you assume correctly. Plus, what song are you going to sing at the Adventure X karaoke? Is there going to be one? What am I going to be singing? Careless Whisper? I'll be the first to stream. It says Imperator FPS. I mean, hopefully we're all alive by then, but thanks. You can...
Oh my god. Karaoke.
I'm very close to having Careless Whisper as my ringtone, but then I feel embarrassed every time it rings around people.
Oh my god.
Like, I find it hilarious when I'm by myself, but in public I'm a little bit like, holy shit, I need to pick this up quickly. Is there a karaoke bar close by? Did you research it? Earlier we were talking about the closest Nando's, and apparently it's pretty close.
We'll have to have Francisco's rendition of Don't Bring Me Down at karaoke.
You were saying Careless Whispers. Was sure there was a joke, I'm not kidding. No. Careless Whispers of a Machine. Have some anime waifu ringtone and you'll be embarrassed. You'll grow a sixth sense and pick it up before it goes. See. Yeah, I'm similarly, when I was in college, I had two alarm clock ringtones. One of them was like the Groundhog Day song, I Got You Babe, that was playing on the radio. And the other one was like the Inception song by Edith Piaf, that when they were waking up. That was so smart. I think Paradise Wildest.
Oni-chan and what is your... I don't think I've ever had an interesting in ringtone, but I might have done at some point.
I don't think so, but I might have. I think one of my favorites was The Ring of Fire with Johnny Cass as a ringtone. Yeah, it was a pretty good ringtone. Would I willingly be doing that myself? What, for the ringtones?
Lord of the Ringtones.
The ringtones, nice. The ringtones of power. Is the opening of Scott Zoplin's August T Club Falls.
Is that?
Oh yeah. I like how generous Sarah's BRBs are today. Really capture the essence of right back.
I think it it falls into AFK at this point.
Yeah, AFK territory. It has people in the house. Video unavailable. More like
That's the Entertainer,
in
isn't
the search bar.
I think that's the only Scott Joplin song I know, The Entertainer.
The Entertainer, which I was playing today in the trombone champ. Did you see this game, Matt? Which is a rhythm game with a trombone, but it's off key and it sounds horrible.
Yeah, it sounds like...
It's amazing.
I saw Rob playing it last night, and it's kind of like that kazoo thing from Jurassic Park.
yes, exactly. Which always made me laugh so hard. Now, other people laugh with farts. That is my go-to sound to laugh. I love key trombone. I mean, that's good enough to walk cycle, right? Sure.
I'm listening to this Scott Joplin song that Deluxe Tux was talking about. No, I don't think I've ever heard this before.
Listen to the maxing. That's quite taxing. And we get an AI that does that a bit for you, please. Oh wait, what? Making games is so tedious, the art bit is fine, but the actual putting it together, oh yeah.
What song did Nathan send me?
Silent Hill soundtrack. Spend twice as long writing editor code. That saves you spending 75% of the work. It's a really good band for when you cut videos together. The Editors.
Oh, that song, that strange rap song. I did listen to that last night. I was very confused. Listen to it again now to remind myself of the shame. Can't believe it's the 22nd of September already.
Yeah, I hardly have accepted the summer ended.
Yeah. The heat here kind of just is like, see ya.
Yeah, it's kind of the same here. Like it's getting cold. Like 1 week it's cold, 1 week it's super hot. But right now it's the first time I put like long sleeves after months. So maybe we're getting there.
Poor Deluxe Tux. He's having a crisis of productivity.
Yeah, well, I mean, some days you just have to accept that and move on with your life. I was a pretty, I wouldn't say good movie, or it wasn't totally bad either. It's called The Fall, and it's two girls who climb up a super like duper tall radio tower that's abandoned because they are into climbing and YouTube and shit, and they get stranded up there.
Oh dear. I was thinking of another movie called The Fall.
With Hitler? Yeah, wasn't it?
No, by that director Tarsem Singh.
Okay.
It's really kind of.
Is Singh?
Singh. It's really interesting. It's like.
Thing.
I can't really remember the premise now, but it has lots of interesting visuals. It's like plays out in I can imagine like a playful imagination of.
Okay.
It's like a really vibrant color sets and costumes.
You send me a link if you remember it.
Yeah. Recommend it, but I don't think I'm describing it very well.
Luxuck says, just not feeling it. It's raining and I'm already zonked, been working since 5 a.m. So, I mean, if you're working since 5 a.m., how can you say that the day's not going well work-wise? Yeah, Dave was planning to wake up earlier and start some other work that's not Theropods, and just woke up and had breakfast, had a shower, and started streaming. Oh, that one. Yeah, I keep hearing about that. Like a billion people have told me about that. When it's a good colors, weird movie, foreign director, that's the film I keep hearing.
Yes.
Yeah, a friend of mine, she says like you have to watch this, you have to watch this, you have to watch this. I'm like, this looks weird. I don't know.
I can't really describe it. It's like a weird sort of imagination adventure.
It's like Jodorowsky territory.
No, it's like makes sense at least.
Okay, so it's like Jodorowsky that makes sense. Is that the pit?
I mean, I can't say really. It's a coherent story, so.
BRB for actually 10 seconds.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He lied. He's a liar.
Up in a second.
There's more than 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was playing Just Close My Door because Thenia was back home, but then I was like, I might as well greet her.
Yeah, that's probably a nice thing to do.
Koji sold this to us.
Do, I guess.
Hello.
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 Sorry, I'm so AFK this stream.
Hello, back.
I'm glad you're here, Matt. I haven't
Hello,
been leaving
keyboard.
Costas on his own constantly. Wait, why am I keyboard?
Because you said, like, be right back, and you say I'm back, so.
Oh, right.
Then, I don't know.
So she wasn't right.
Oh, yeah.
Be right back. She will be back.
I don't know anymore.
What was I doing?
Matt, why can't your name be Mark? So then I keep quoting the room at you all the time.
Oh, hi, Mark.
It seems like the expert, Mark.
Oh my god. I mean, you could just replace it with Matt.
Yeah, that's why I tend to do. Like all these lines come to my head, but then I'm like, he's Matt, not Mark. Why is life so unfair?
Sorry. change my name if you like.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Doggy. Keep the chains. Thank you. My favorite person.
What an absurd film.
Hi, Matt. Thank you. Keep the chains.
Keep the change, you filthy animal. That's not.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Oh, and keep. Oh, I don't know what it was.
Well, the only thing that keeps changing is you. The lines of this. That movie has its fantastic quotes. I haven't seen The Disaster Artist. Should I, or am I gonna get pissed off?
I've seen that, yeah. It's just, yeah, they just recreate some of the dumb scenes, and there's obviously the whole narrative.
Yeah, but then, okay.
The narrative of them, the production and stuff. I think it's worth a watch.
I feel like someone who hasn't seen The Room will be super confused.
Yeah, I think.
Oh god, the doorbell's ringing. Okay, be right back.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Sarah. See you tomorrow.
AFK. AFOK. I suppose.
Wait, what am I doing? This comes later.
I don't know. What are you doing?
Cut this.
Tell me what you're doing.
It's like I have the final frame of this animation is on a completely different layer instead of. I have two layers of basically the same thing.
Oh my god, you got things.
Get rid of some layers. No, it's the initial phase where I'm planning it now. So he needs to. So he turns it around, so he looks at the barbarian coming, and so he looks at the seal on the ground, and then picks it up, and then crouches. That's the plan.
Well, I've not read the book of The Disaster Artist. So.
Oh, there's a book? It's based on a book?
Well, I guess.
Oh, wait, the book that Mark wrote, right? I think he wrote it.
I thought the one of the people in. Or like
Mark.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Seems like he's the expert.
Exactly.
Ooh, thanks for the follow, Tiny Justice. Seems like we have a lot of tiny related folks here. I miss Sarah's confused yelp when someone follows us. We're like, what's going on?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Tiny Justice 24.
A fellow Tiny.
A fellow Tiny.
Do this.
Well, I've got some super yawns now.
What?
Got some super yawning going on now.
Super yawning?
Yeah.
It's like super yawning, like charging, like Kame, huh? Yeah.
Never seen Dragon Ball.
Oh, you must. I saw it like fairly older. I should have.
It looks like a lot of work.
There's a version of it that's like sped up, Dragon Ball Kai. So basically, it's not as many episodes, but the main story. Like I did it to this, so it's faster. Faster than, you know.
I just realised I'm gonna have to do the animation, the water animation at night.
Oh, but you've done it. You just changed colors.
I'll just palette shift it. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point there's a little like remnants of fire to the right, but I think it's like so small that we don't really need. You remember the puzzle though? There's actually a lot of corpses there on the ground. Like you have to hide behind them.
Oh my god.
Do you remember the puzzle? Like here at the front of the wait.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. I guess we So see, like basically we create a path between the very bottom of the glowy screen, and then so she can go back to the darkness to the right. So her only way to hide is like a few corpses there, and then there's supposed to be like a fallen torch or something slightly burning to the right, so you can pick it up.
Oh yeah.
But I think that's why we put this rack there, so we could like. I guess this rack needs to be kind of destroyed now, right? Or is it baked? You hear, Matt?
What's that? Sorry, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was talking about this rack. Is it? I mean, even if it's not destroyed, it could be.
I mean, I can break it. Yeah, it's like there you go. It's not...
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to make it destroyed actually.
Yeah. And then But I think, actually wait, because if you don't destroy it, because then I have a puzzle where she picks up the torch from the guy and lights it up on fire. So maybe people are gonna be like, should I pick this stick up? Right.
That is true.
So I think if you just make it look like unpicked, like super broken down, so it's not like big sticks, then just go ahead and destroy it as long as it doesn't look like useful. Or like if it looks part of the background, I guess.
We could play the trailer. Oh, sorry, I'm just...
Good evening, all is all is good. Last 2 hours of work, excellent place to join us. Can I get some lore here? They have a trailer. Yeah, sorry, I'm missing everything because I'm talking about the game. So wait, what do I type? Trailer. Yay! Here's a trailer for you. We're making an adventure game with dinosaurs and prehistoric people, and sci-fi stuff, and pixel art.
All of those things smashed together.
Yay! I think the trailer is pretty good to explain some shit. Yeah, there's a exclamation point trailer and exclamation point theme. Is there one? Yay! There's Steam too. So here's our Steam page, and the one that Sarah doesn't like is exclamation point Theropods. I think it sends you a bunch of links. Well, I committed, Davor. See, I'm more committed to Theropods than you. Would have thought.
What kind of mod are you, Davor? It's disgraceful. You need to abuse your power. No, don't do that.
You've seen better Davors.
That would be the day. Or
Davor after Davor.
Davor after tomorrow.
The Davor after tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Edge of Tomorrow is good too, but it doesn't have Davor in it. So.
No. That is, better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was good. I actually read it's based on a Japanese novel. It's called All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I first found out about it, that's going to become a movie and it's based on that, and I was like, ooh, a time loop, I'll read that. Am I banned? Hello? No, I'm not banned. Cool.
Forgot about roulette. I bet I'm going to lose. Because I always lose.
a gamble.
That is the... See? Guaranteed loss. I'm like the unluckiest person in the world, I swear.
Well, that's how gambling works, right? You don't have many chances to win.
Yeah, but then Dave will do it. He'll bet 6 billion money, and then he'll win first time.
Yeah, and then he can gather his winnings and go home to enjoy them.
And I can get sad.
I need an Amazon that's what's it crafts? Caution. I don't know what this frame is called.
Do something on the wrong layer, guys.
All's good then.
All is right with the world.
Did Sarah say, "Ooh, 1 second, the doorbell"? Did she mean I'm gonna fix the doorbell?
The doorbell on the other side of town.
Yes, I hear a doorbell in another country. To be fair, I'm gonna watch this part of the video, hopefully. Also, Sarah doesn't tend to be away from long, so that's a one-off. There we go. Almost defensive, cool.
So have you done 2 Monkey Island streams this week, have you?
We've actually been doing constantly streaming since Sunday. We streamed on Sunday. Yeah, we streamed Sunday, Monday, Chains of Satanav, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah.
Chains of Satanav. Tuesday, Wednesday, Monkey Island. Today, Theropods.
Wow.
Yeah, because we wanted to like finish up the previous game before we jumped to Monkey Island, and then we couldn't stream on Monday because the game Monkey Island came right after stream times, so we wouldn't be able to.
Anyway, out of respect for the Queen, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely our respect for the Queen. And then
I was stuck on a train for about 5 hours on Monday.
Really?
For what should have been a like 1.5 hour train drive journey. There was nothing to do. It was nothing to do with the Queen's funeral, but they're all like there was like all the electrical overhead cables near London broke, so like no trains could get there.
Nice.
It just happened to be around the same location where the funeral was taking place.
Can't wait to get some old-fashioned tube delays when I get to England.
Yeah, but at least you'll be in London rather than 80 miles away.
Oh, you were in London?
Oh, I was going towards London, but...
Wait, but the funeral was in what, Windsor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is close, but I wasn't near there.
Yeah, I've been for a day to the castle and had some food with her, remember? Not Monday, but years ago. Jess had to get her mask and cape on to fix the doorbell in distress as they were. Very tiny, it was a tiny joke. Get it? Because it's about tiny.
It's clever. 100%. Passing grade.
Good thing you're here, Matt, otherwise we would be alone for most of the stream.
You're welcome, I suppose. I should be around for the foreseeable future. Haven't got any Thursday.
Today?
You
mean today?
No, and like next Thursday and so on.
Oh, okay. Nice. Oh.
So on and so forth.
Yeah, I can prepare more stuff for you to see what we're going to be doing next. Because I sort of didn't, because I was sort of waiting for people to tell us what's going on with the game. I mean, you know what the work, more or less.
No worries, Tiny Justice. We're here for like the next 40 minutes.
So sorry getting dragged in and out of meetings. I will lurk and enjoy. Yeah, of course. To hang out, come whenever you want. We're streaming every Thursday game dev, and Mondays playing adventure games, which happens to be Monkey Island this time.
Monday Island.
Mundane Island. What am I doing? Okay. Lurk activated. Let's disappear. I think it might be worth it actually to perhaps start on the underwater level, because I think that's the next one I'm going to be animating.
Next week will be good. Yeah. So if you get a brief going for that.
Yeah.
Can do that. We'll start.
Or I'll just give you the initials, and it will be an abbreviation. Holy shit, that was the worst joke I made.
I'm ashamed to call myself.
That was a brief joke I made.
A brief history of joke.
I have to apologize now, but I actually have to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
And fix it. No, I'll be back.
he's never coming back.
Period.
So what's everyone else up to? Tell me all your secrets while everyone's gone. I'm in charge now.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, what's going on? Oh, Costas just isn't there.
Costas is gone now.
Oh, where's he gone?
Toilet.
Okay.
Maybe. He's never coming back. How was your trip to the door?
Fine, it was two
Long
people.
and arduous, apparently.
Yeah, it was two people from the hospital who came to move a handle thing that was on the bed to the other side. And there was a whole thing. You had to move the bed as well to make more space and move furniture around. So yeah. It is all fine now. My chat box is like sticking out.
Is it?
Yeah, what's happening here? Well, maybe it's not.
Co-workers are running a D&D campaign, but we're rolling a 3d6 for stats. We're rolling 3d6.
And I'm back.
Hi,
Wow,
back.
that's quick.
What's she doing here? Co-workers are running a D&D campaign, but we're rolling 3d6 for stats, and I'm scared. Time to start the game with 1 HP. Nice. 1 HP sauce if you're in the UK. Holy fuck.
You silly man. Silly man.
Sorry, we're making fun of you because like, ooh, I hear the doorbell. 1 sec. So he was like going to fix a doorbell in the next town.
Right, where was I? I think I've done like 2 frames of animation.
Well, we were wondering, where were you?
Just helping to move furniture around and stuff. It was 2 people from the hospital that came.
That's where you were so fat. Holy shit.
What?
I don't get
Furniture, so fast.
No.
What?
That's what matters.
No, I don't. I don't even get it. It just sounds like you're using fur from furniture.
It's a sofa.
Sofa.
So fast.
No.
That's why you were so fast. Furniture.
I'm so disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, could you do this to us?
Sometimes I schedule bad jokes with people, so we have to set a disappointment. Because it's scheduling a joke.
Oh my god. Just stop crying. Got a whole weekend of this.
Welcome back to streaming, man.
Cosas.
That is I.
Were we thinking of streaming tomorrow?
Good answer.
I don't know because I would like to. I'm falling a little bit behind on other work. I was planning to do it today, but I was saying I just woke up and I showered, had food, and came to stream, so I didn't do that. So I'd like to, but if we're a little bit flexible with times, if that's possible.
Flexible in what way?
Like, is there a way to start streaming an hour later than usual or something?
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay,
it's going to be my last opportunity to stream.
Okay, I still like to play more Monkey Island with good internet, but
it's just I'm gonna have to see if I can completely ignore whatever else is going on in the house and see if Laurie can properly deal with it.
Yeah, because it's fine when you leave now, but if you leave during Monkey Island, I don't even have the cursor.
Exactly, so I'm gonna see how things go, and I'll let you know on the day or something. But it should be fine.
The cursor of Monkey Island.
Yeah, that was the only time I did make this joke.
He wanted to.
I made it a lot of times.
Damn, I'm so unoriginal. But I thought Kostas probably would have made it. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty obvious.
Very common secret, Monkey Island.
Big whoop.
Oh man, I need to escape.
Good tale.
Good tales? Nice. It's a telltale that you were going to say that.
Have you played a Telltale Monkey Island game?
Yeah.
I think I've played a couple, 2 or 3 of them. Don't really remember.
I was saying how, I guess that's not a spoiler really, but they sort of acknowledge Monkey Islands after Monkey Island 2 in the game, which is surprising for me.
It somehow fits in, doesn't it?
It's just really cool how the old developers came back and they were like, yeah, I don't care what came after, this is my game. But they
it does
acknowledge like the entire history of it, and they like made something super fresh and new, and like that really works. I'm really glad they did that. It's like with Thimbleweed Park, I was like, this is whatever. But with this, it's actually like quite refreshing. especially with the art style. I wasn't a big fan of Timbuktu Park. We need to play that at some point.
I just want to play it to find all the pixels. the hidden pixels. You know the...
Yeah. You know that, Matt?
Bye, Davor. Hi, Mr.
Bye.
Apothic.
Hey, Mr. Apothic.
A very nervous pumpkin.
Yes, it's an excellent...
I think. Is it a pumpkin? Or an orange?
So.
Something. Please enlighten us.
It seems like it's their channel. I'm gonna say for his channel because of the Mr. in the name.
Yeah. Tell us about your life.
About your life. Your whole life story.
Yeah.
It all started when I was born.
Well, I mean, it's a good place to start.
It is a pumpkin.
Okay, that makes sense.
He is a pumpkin and Costas is a dog.
No. Usually very nice human. Don't introduce me to people as a dog. They might get the idea I'm not human.
It's an animal stream. Normally I am a human. But not today. Oh, if we do stream tomorrow, maybe I should try and get the camera to work.
And a bonk? We should try and get what?
I said if we do stream tomorrow, I might try and get my camera to work. But I didn't have much time to like try and get it sorted today.
Make it sound like you're setting up a camera to shoot like a film. You just turn it on.
It's because of the way things are in this room. My PC
are.
isn't that close to my screen, and the cable isn't that long on the camera, and the one it's plugged into just doesn't work.
Holy
USB
shit.
slot.
So you're incapable to do that.
Yeah, I'm incapable.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say you aren't cable, but I was like, wait, there's a word here that could work.
No, it doesn't work very well.
Incapable, Bobo.
This makes me sad.
So what fun are you designing? I see some environmental art, creature, and framework for animation. Well...
Oh wait, I did the trailer.
Oh, you did? Well, I did earlier. Here's a trailer. We're making a point-and-click adventure game with dinosaurs and barbarians and prehistoric people and dinosaurs and pixel art.
And
Matt is our background artist. I'm an animator and I write the game and stuff. And Sarah is a pixel artist and I'm not a dog.
Costas is also known as K-Dog.
K-Dog. Yes, please refer to him.
That's Nathan's nickname for me.
Oh god, wait.
Yes, I'm converting a scene to nighttime with some different lighting. It's quite fun.
Light fun.
Quite light it. Why'd you laugh at that? It's poor. Poor, very poor.
If you look at it under poor light.
What?
Oh. It'll enlighten you. Straight to lighten the mood.
What is going on?
Sometimes I just don't know.
What is this? It's not what I wanted.
Today my mom is taking out the family for dinner, and it's not my cheat day, but I'm very inclined to create a cheat day.
How many cheat days do you have out of 7 at the moment?
Well, I only have once per week.
Once per day.
feel like torturing myself today. Or
I had
I
pizza.
feel like I have the. Let's see.
Obviously, because it's Thursday.
Don't feel I have the psychological reserve to ignore food in front of me today. Nice trailer. Nice, thank you. I think it. You mean you think it's nice trailer?
I think it. Therefore, I am it.
I also have a Steam. Oh no, so I didn't do that. I'll do it. There's a Steam page. Check out. We have a demo there. We actually have a more updated demo that's not on there yet, but I mean that should do.
There we go.
Don't worry, Sarah. I linked it before you did.
Thank you. I'm a bit busy.
Thank you.
At the moment.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just animating the game and stuff. Sarah, all this time I've been working in the game. If that rings a bell.
What?
Are you talking about ringing bells and notifications?
Yes. Exactly.
Smashing
Matt, I'm disappointed.
stuff.
What?
It's he goes on about smashing notification bells.
Oh,
All right.
think
No, but I
that's-
was talking about the bell that was ringing earlier when you left.
Oh no, I didn't get
That's why I
that.
said
at
if
all.
it rings a bell because you left. That was such an obvious joke. I don't know.
Wasn't.
It was.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Beware of all the bad puns. On this
Well,
stream.
why should you beware of bad puns? There are only excellent puns here. Beware of nothing. I mean, I'm a designer, and one thing I studied is trailer design for promotional. And one detail that was said to not overly explain the idea of the movie game in the trailer. Yeah, I mean, thanks. We worked backwards actually. We made the trailer first before we started making the game, even though we had the game jump version. But our idea was like we worked on it as if it was a movie. It doesn't spoil. We could have spoiled it way worse. But that trailer was created for a Kickstarter campaign, and the very first part of the trailer didn't even have the text for like explaining what goes on in the game, and it was a mess. No one could understand what was going on. So eventually we gave in and added that. I feel like the point of a trailer is to give you like a hint of what you're going to be playing without spoiling stuff at the same time. So I think if we didn't show you the spaceman, for example, which might be considered a spoil, which we didn't want to at first, I think we would have missed a chance there to hook people. But we had an animatic. It was like a process to come to this trailer. What platforms are the tags for? Where can I follow you guys? That's is it exclamation Theropods, sir?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Okay. Oh, there it is. That's exactly
Twitter,
all the links. You can.
Instagram.
We're mostly active on Twitter.
Yeah. That's
And
just-
what platforms are the tags for? Do you mean what platforms is the game coming for? Okay.
But yeah, the game's gonna be on PC and Mac.
I mean, hopefully it's gonna
but
be.
the
That's
plans-
definitely.
The plans are to also bring it out on Switch and everything,
Consoles.
basically.
Hi,
hi,
Cat. Hey,
Nivikling.
Nivikling.
So
Yeah,
basically,
because
I'm
you
not
didn't
at
feel
home
like
at the
being human.
moment, and my I was really jealous of Costas always being a dog and Matt being a capybara.
you can be a capybara as well if you want.
Capybara.
Yeah,
Hello.
my camera's just a bit not working at the moment. I didn't have time to set it up properly, and stuff's not right. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes.
Was to see that you could have used a retro style point and click adventure based off XYZ games of old industry here. There are hundreds of ways to approach a trailer. The hook is there and the animation is nice. I'm sucker for pixel art. If it wasn't evident in my emotes, yeah, it is. I can link you to our Kickstarter campaign to see our full pits thing, because what you're referring to is there. Unfortunately, for the point and click genre, it's a little bit of a trope to say it looks like Monkey Island, but so we didn't do that exactly. There it is. So this is our campaign for it. But the thing is, we just needed this campaign to for the game to be on Kickstarter. Like what we do, eventually we're gonna have a release trailer or whatever. So there's going to be a new one for sure once we have more, and a publisher and a marketing team. Because that's been our own idea of what we think marketing is. Monkey Island now looks like a crappy mobile game.
It looks like a mobile game.
You play it first.
It does though. So basically the text is
I wouldn't say crappy though.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say crappy. The text is so huge. Like it looks like it would work really nicely on mobile and on Switch. But
you can customize it though.
Yeah. I found out you could make the font smaller, and it felt a lot more PC to me.
Politically correct.
I realized that as I said it. Oh man. No, not politically correct.
We could be PC about point and click, sure. Point and clicks, another PC.
PNC actually.
You want to be PC? But I turned around on the art because I played the game, and like all those tiny little animations and the fluidity of them, it works very well when you play the game instead of just seeing like tidbits of it in the trailer. That's my opinion now.
You're making a new banner.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay.
Like and subscribe, smash the bell. What's going on?
Like and subscribe and smash that notification bell.
I'm thinking I might do some map drawing streams sometime.
You should. You should.
Just sort of really chill, where I just sort of sit around.
Oh shit.
Matt draws map. That should be the title. Matt painting with Matt.
Wait, were we cringing?
Oh no, what have I done? I mucked up Costas' thing.
If you're cringing at the puns, then welcome to the stream, because it's the constant state of
Yeah, if you don't like bad
viewership,
you're in the wrong place.
You could hear a siren in the background. I thought it was part of my music.
You could hear me in the background?
No, a siren.
I thought you said...
Are you a siren?
I thought you said... It sounded like my name, kind of, but it also then kind of sounded like Sharon. And then that's not my name.
I noticed. Cast bells, scaling, be cringe, the pixel art I grow. Excuse me? I'm very confused about the three first words you used, but
Okay, that's better, I think. There we go. freshen things up a bit.
I done my glasses on this morning. What do you get with my typing? This is just not my type.
I'm really bad at surprises.
I mean,
Well, look behind you.
it's a three-headed monkey.
Like,
how did this start?
well, I've just done something and I can't help. It would be much more funnier if I just left it and didn't say anything, and then like a month later, people realize what I've done. But I just can't keep quiet because I'm. It's just too exciting. Like that.
So you're not bad at surprises. You're bad at keeping secrets. You mean?
Yeah, but not necessarily because it's not a secret. It's not a secret.
You're bad at keeping surprises.
Matt, do you know what I did?
I can quite can see it. I saw you doing it as well.
Yeah.
You started doing it. What's enjoying it?
Look down, Costas.
Down to what?
Look down.
Oh.
It's a matter of perspective. What's that? What the Deluxe Sucks?
I saw you were doing something with fonts and text earlier.
Oh. Have you found it?
Yeah, you fucking renamed me.
Not renamed you. It's your original.
It does look a bit like H Dog though. It's not a great K.
H Dog.
Looks a bit like bullshit. Ooh, I'm so bad at surprises.
You can call him
like you should have stopped. I'm so bad.
You can call him H Dog now.
H Dog.
Just to make it worse.
How do you make a better K?
Like it's not K.
Oops. It's a little bit better.
I was working on the game today, Sarah. Oh, excellent. I went to the doorbell a billion times and I was doing K-Dog.
Yep. Best day ever.
Wondering, how do you guys find us? You folks. Like Twitter or Twitch?
That's always interesting to know.
Sometimes we get randomly retweeted.
Tell us the metrics.
Also, I noticed my dev stream GIF is shitty on Twitter.
Oh, because you updated it with the time zone?
Yeah, that, but I also updated it to be a new GIF.
So it's just the quality not right, or?
Yes. I mean, it's fine. It's a tiny little blurry though.
Twitter's a bit of a pain.
Butthole. Why stop doing? Why are we doing this? I was like, oh, I'll do Stickman to make the animation faster, and then halfway through, I just forgot and started actually fleshing it out.
I mean, what's a binary chat?
No one for a binary chat. What's a binary chat? I'm like an old man today with all those.
Like ones and zeros.
0, 0, 0,
Oh, is that it?
0,
0,
binary solo.
Binary solo.
I for one.
Ugh. One.
Dickman time.
What?
I'm gonna be trying.
So
You definitely said
Stick, man.
Stick.
Oh,
It did not
stick.
sound
That's like what?
What do you hear? Stick my what something?
Just replace the ST with a D is what I heard.
I don't know how. I clearly didn't make those sounds. Something six.
Zero
No.
interest in binary chat.
K-Dog's been K-Dogged.
K-Dog's kind of K-Dog.
Right, how do we do this?
Did either of you watch Frozen Planet,
No.
the new documentary?
No.
Well, not new, but
What kind of like is it just animals in frozen regions? If you name him Henry and you got a meme there.
is that something to do with Henry Stickman,
What
which
is
I have heard of, but I don't know what it is.
I haven't even heard of it. Is Frozen which? Frozen
Frozen Planet.
Planet.
Yeah. This is
Like
like
Blue Planet, prehistoric planet, but not that planet.
It's like Richard, David Attenborough.
Richard.
Richard Attenborough's long dead and was in Jurassic Park.
Is it good then? Well, it must be.
Yeah. Well, I don't really watch that many, but it was on, and it's quite.
One click holiday, nice.
Henry Stickman.
That's probably why I've heard of it. Henry Stickman.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I have not played it.
Or either.
Okay. Well, I mean, I could actually end up finishing an animation here. Surprising. Didn't realize it did as much as this. Getting a lot was copy pasting. And a lot of AFKing. Okay, berry juice.
Fair amount of AFK.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Costas.
Yeah.
I have a good a picture for me if I don't have a camera during Christmas. Wait until I find it. Hold on. Which one's my pick?
That was anticlimactic.
I know. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Lulu, my favorite cat.
I don't know. Let me need to find it now. Wait, what? Where is it? Oh. I think we've used it before though. There we go. You can check stream when you can.
This is Lulu, I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Lulu is
cat.
a Korean cat by that lady that I followed her YouTube channel. And,
But she's got loads of cats, so.
yeah, she has like 10 cats, but that one's my favorite. I watched it so long I know, yeah, every single cat name.
He knows all their names.
They're all like double the same syllable twice, like Lulu, Kiki, stuff like that. Lala.
Dipsy and Poe.
think, yeah, Teletubbies. Obviously. Maybe that didn't get to Greece.
Yeah, we get Teletubbies, I just don't know their fucking names.
They had their own Greek names.
Why would I know all the Teletubby names?
All four of them.
Everyone does.
Well, that's 4 too many for to know. Why not call it the yellow one, for example?
Freddy Fish. I played one of those.
Isn't that
What's that?
one that's made by Ron Gilbert, isn't it?
I think it might have been. Well,
It's Freddy
Yeah.
Fish.
It's Humongous Entertainment, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, it is Ron Gilbert.
I'm sorry, but my Ron Gilbert slot is occupied at the moment.
The Monkey Islands.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't know Ron Gilbert produced Total Annihilation.
It's Total Annihilation.
It's an RTS game with robots, but he was the producer for it.
Oh.
I did not know that. That's cool.
What did we think of Return to Monkey Island?
Haven't played it yet.
Yeah, we're
Stars
still
because my
playing
friends
it.
played with me, so waiting for him. We're in chapter 2 now. I like it a lot. I can't wait to actually. I can't like. We're in the process of discovering it, so I'm pretty sure the story is gonna like come together, and we're gonna get callback, so it's gonna get even better. But at the moment, I'm just enjoying it until we can properly finish it and talk about it. I mean, I'm sure we all are gonna talk about it
Maybe I should.
verbatim up close, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing it with someone before Adventure X or something. I used to play a lot of games with my friend, like in person, like 25 years ago. We would sit around.
Yeah, it's quite fun playing
we
with
did
someone
that.
else.
We don't usually do it with adventure games, but I did that with like friends for Night in the Woods at some point. I remember.
Why are all the animation? Oh, no, they're moving fast again. Okay. No, they're moving slow again.
Which animations?
The little stream avatar thing.
Oh, are they?
They're just like.
Oh yeah, what
really
are
slow.
they doing?
What the fuck are they doing? True. Nathan's dancing as usual.
He disconnected and reconnected. That's so weird. I've never seen that before. Is my computer struggling? I mean, that'd be weird. Okay.
But I suppose I should play it before Adventure X. Otherwise, there'll be a pariah.
Probably.
Don't worry, Matt. You're a pariah already.
Oh. Makes me sad.
I'm making you pariah noise now. Holy shit.
What?
Making you paranoid that people don't want to do it.
Paranoid?
Oh
What the
my
heck?
God.
Yep.
Oh my God. That is an absolute disgrace.
That was excellent.
No.
25 years ago was the dark game of games. Gotta be social and share space with people and let them consume your soda. Like that studio that does all the remakes of old games that run super smoothly. Rightio, seems like about time we end stream.
Righty. Oh, is it already? But I've not really been working all that long.
Oh, we're sorry, Sarah. Maybe we can go. I can go to check my doorbell while you finish up streaming in an hour.
Just give me a sec to do a couple of berry splatters, and then we're good. Whoa! Oh my gosh, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, thanks for the follow!
Thank you.
Mr. Apathic.
You missed the previous follow, so I was like very sorry to be super
Oh, yeah,
confused
another
and shocked that
follow!
someone
It's a
followed.
tiny Justice
Yeah,
24.
that's why I said, he said fellow tinies, and I said, ooh, another tiny.
Whoops.
That shaking pumpkin is hilarious.
Thanks for the follow. Yeah, I like how it's like, instead of a full stop, it's used in, actually, you actually use full stops too, but it ends sentences. That's it.
Right. Everything's gone wrong on the stream, actually. Everything's frozen.
I know, it's fine now. I think it's because I was in Stream Avatars trying to work out what the heck was going on there.
Yeah, the last few streams was running 1 kilometer on window mode. Sarah has been freezing my face.
Yeah, that's weird. It hasn't done that with any other game before. Just this one.
Yeah, Mr. Vodik, we stream Mondays, we stream adventure games. Thursdays, we stream game dev.
But currently we're doing
the past week we've been streaming 5 days
pretty much every day. Playing games though.
It doesn't feel like we've been streaming every day.
No, not at all. But I was looking at it on something. I don't know what. What?
On something, yeah.
Oh no, in my bullet journal, that's what it was. I write down like the streams and stuff like that. And it was like stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, like pretty much every day. Two more and then I'm done. What country are you in? Which area of the globe? Is it your morning?
That's a verbose way of saying what country.
Is it morning or evening or
which
night?
area?
Or, yeah.
What's your address?
Oh my god.
That's why I changed it to like area of the globe, because like I don't know, country's not that bad. What's your house number?
What's your doorbell sound like?
Is it like Costas' terrifying one?
Sorry, I could...
What? Why?
Who were talking about horror like films and stuff like that, and then your doorbell went off, and it sounded like, I don't know, how do you explain it, Matt? The sound.
It was just like a horrible, like shrieking, or like a. Yeah.
What?
Like the sound that you'd hear in a horror film when something scary happens is what it sounded like.
There's probably a term for it, but like, you know, like, I don't know, not a jump scare, but.
Yeah.
When do you guys hear that? I live in the middle of nowhere in the USA.
I live in the middle of nowhere in the UK. Your door is not a door, it's a pumpkin patch.
Nice. Do you only appear this time of the year and then you go away till next time? Feels like there's a big pumpkin thing here.
Pumpkin spice.
Do you like Over the Garden Wall? Pretty good pumpkins in that.
Every time I start the show, I watch 3 episodes and I forget what's the rest. And I re-watch the 3 episodes, start over, and then I forget what's the rest. I need to see more than 3 episodes.
I love it.
It's kind of awkward for me. Like I watch it and everyone's like kind of like mumbling and moping around, and
it's
then
Elijah Wood, and I love it. But that's not the reason why.
They're like, oh, no.
And beware, I bonk.
And Elijah Wood is constantly scared, and his brother is constantly stupid. And that's it. And happy and puts things on his head.
It has a frog.
Yeah.
Seems legitimate.
Sorry, I'm almost done. Yeah.
Oh, hi, almost Dan. I didn't know that was your new name.
Not Dan. Done. Almost done is my name. But you can call me Dan for short.
Dan.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right. I think this is done.
This is Dan.
This is Dan.
Where is it? Can we meet them? For Matt, here's my other favorite emote. This,
Let's have a look. I can't even really.
Tis a pumpkin.
It is a pumpkin going like doing LSD. Don't do drugs. It's like a cool palette shifting.
Right, Costas, I'm done with the animation if you want to have a look at
it. Nice.
Yeah, I did one animation.
Definitely looks slippery.
Definitely looks slippery.
Like how slippery Sarah was from working today.
I was being a good person, okay? Just
Well done,
not for
Sarah,
stream.
'cause-
I've got fajita bowl for dinner. It's already made.
I already had my dinner at lunch
What do you have?
Thursday, so take
Pizza.
a while to get.
Pizza.
You had a Thursday.
I had a Thursday here. No, I had pizza. Yeah.
The day of thirst. And milkshakes.
It's pizza day. The best day of the week.
I'm having pizza tomorrow. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Right.
I'm gonna make fried chicken tomorrow.
You're gonna make fried chicken when?
Tomorrow.
Not satay chicken.
I haven't got any satay. So
Make some.
no, I've forgotten how to make it.
Peanut butter.
I had to resort to buying crunchy peanut butter today.
Do you not like
I have
crunchy?
to live with. I don't mind it, but I prefer smooth.
I like crunchy if I'm having it as peanut butter, but I barely ever have just peanut butter. Bye, Nathan.
Bye, Nathan.
Bye.
He's like, bye, Nathan.
Have a nice. Bye, Nathan. Okay. Probably speak to you in like 10 seconds.
But yeah, non-crunchy is nicer for sauces.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Whoa, there's curry powder in satay? Or is this just like a weird BBC Good Food
It's
recipe?
got a bit of. I feel like you shouldn't trust BBC recipes.
No, no, it's not very legit.
Okay, was it that? Is it Uncle?
Uncle
That guy that just Uncle Roger just he just like
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
constantly offended by like white people interpretation.
Well, there's that lady on the BBC who was like the coriander lady. What's it called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
And he's just like, oh my god.
I've got a different satay one here, and it's got peanut butter, soy sauce, chili flakes, fish sauce, coconut milk, light brown sugar, ground coriander, juice of 1 lime, sesame seeds, roasted peanuts, chopped, and
That sounds
yeah, that's to go on top. But yeah, fish sauce. So like, I've been making recipes that have asked for fish sauce, and I just ignore it because I'm vegan and I can't find vegan fish sauce. I finally found vegan fish sauce and bought some. And now I can't. None of the recipes I make ask for fish sauce, so I'm gonna have to make some satay.
I'm gonna have to try some sometime.
Adam's peanut butter.
I don't know if Adams is a brand. Must be an American one.
Yeah, I have. Oh, I don't know what it's called actually. What peanut butter does Matt have?
I buy Sainsbury's peanut butter. It's fine. Although I feel bad because it's not palm oil friendly. Although maybe it is now. I don't know.
I get the like tub of it, like a big tub. Meridian, because there's no
Oh yeah, I've had that
salt
before.
in it, so I quite like that one. It's just peanuts.
Is that the one
no
you have to like
palm oil.
stir constantly?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it like all it solid it
Yeah.
separates. Yeah.
But that's probably a good sign.
Yeah. You could just drain off all the peanut oil and drink it.
What?
Yum yum yum.
No, thank you.
No.
Rightio.
Let's go.
Let's depart. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for the follows, you lovely new people. We will be back. Well, maybe Costas and I will be back tomorrow. At some point to play some Monkey.
Oh, unrelated, but I don't know if you guys heard, but YouTube is going back to shorter content videos for like monetization, so that's kind of cool. Might get back. Animators going back on YouTube and stuff.
Tell me again.
Hopefully.
It's gonna
like, you know, back in the day, it used to be like you could get money and monetize out of like small content, like a few minutes of content on YouTube.
Yeah.
But they stopped that, so they only monetize like longer videos,
Do you know how
like
long
4 minutes over.
Oh,
I think it was 4 minutes or 8 minutes that you can have ads from when I was working to this cooking show. But now they're gonna start doing it for like short videos.
It's not just for YouTube Shorts, is it? Is it? Because that's like that weird.
No. That's I don't think so. I'm not sure, but you can monetize now videos that are basically small. So.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, we might see more animations going back to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like our friend Harry and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys.
Anywho,
Have a lovely day.
See you maybe tomorrow.
See you maybe tomorrow, if not next week.
See Matt on Thursday.
Next Thursday. Or before if I start streaming myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know. We're gonna retweet and stuff.
Matt's map stream.
And get you maybe one viewer or something.
Well, that's all I can handle probably.
Bye. Sorry, I closed my screen.
Bye, guys. Oh, is it you that ruined everything? Now Matt has cost us.